Sure, everything it is good to go. Alright, this is good to go. This is good to go. Alright then, guys. Alright. I'm a little late this morning. I apologize. That's why I'm just gonna start right away. I had something I had to do early in the morning, so I went to bed like at 11:30 p.m. last night. I woke up at 3 a.m. got ready, and then left at 4:30 something in the morning, and then came back home like around 5, a little over 5 a.m. I went to bed, and I woke up 10 minutes ago, so so excuse me for being a little late to here today. Whew. All right, so let me double check I have everything in place here before we continue forward here today. All right. Hold on, some things are out of place here, so let's fix those things. Where's there it is. You should do about fine. Just move this a little bit to the left, and there we go. Cool. Anyways, guys, welcome to another stream here today. I hope you guys are doing great and wonderful on this day. It is Monday, brand new day of the week, if you consider Monday to be the start of the week, I guess. But yeah, let's get started, shall we? I move things away. I don't need this right in here at the moment. I'll put my chat just in case anybody comes in. Okay, cool. So the plan for today is to continue what I was working on last time on the last stream. I did work on it a little bit after the stream, but I couldn't figure out why it looked like every time I would go to a different chunk, it respawn all my enemies again for whatever reason. I debugged it, no idea why. It's not spawning any spawners anymore. Like, it wasn't spawning any spawners at all. It just was restarting the spawner for whatever reason. I don't know why. The only thing I could think of is that somebody has a reference to the spawner and it's resetting everything, or I don't have no idea. Let's open up my, I'm trying to show you this, but it's not even open yet. Hold on, let me drink something. I haven't drank anything this morning. I just woke up, you know. Let's see if we get some stuff done today. Close this. Moon. All right, let's make this a little bigger. Come on, Visual Studio. Hold on, Visual Studio is still loading. There we go. Cool. So let's make this a little bit bigger. So here's where I'm like, if you remember, this is where I'm doing the spawners, right? I'm spawning on the spawners and deciding what I want to spawn in here. But for whatever reason, whenever he gets it from the actual spawner, which is here, which is from my pool manager, it retrieves it. No idea why. It has a reference to it, and it just comes in here, resets everything for that spawner, even though it's spawned already. I don't know why my spawner is re-grabbing the same one all over again. And the reason why I know it's not spawning anything is I added this color rect, this here. So if there was another spawner on top of it, it will keep adding this color rect and will make this more opaque, right? Because it has a little transparency on it. So if there was another spawner, it will spawn that all of these on top of each other. and then it's back to OPEG again. So so it's not spawning anybody, but it's calling a function to reset the entire spawner, and I couldn't figure out why. But I decided to just put a separate, just for now. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind as I'll keep working further and see if there's any issues with that. But what I did, actually on my script here, no, it's actually in my C++, I think. Where's my agent spawner here? Here. So I added a variable called has spawned, and then if it calls this again and it has spawned some stuff already, then it just returns. It shouldn't even be calling this function at all if it has started spawning something already. Or if anything, I don't even have to have this boolean. I can check to see if the counter is actually greater than 0, right? Because when it gets cleared, it sets it back to 0. And this function gets called when it despawns. So I probably didn't even need this extra boolean in here, and I could have been fine. Oops, I could have been fine if it stays greater than 0. So probably I don't even need this. Let's remove that because I don't want to have an extra. Okay. Cool. So I'll have that in there for right now. And it works. It doesn't respawn anything. So let's go into the game and I can show you guys what it does. Let's remove this. I'll disable that for right now. Oops. Let's get in there real quick. Oh yeah, hold on. I do still have this issue. Whatever's happening is still lagging my game, so that's another thing that I would like to fix today. And there's those squirrels I did. Hold on, let's break this because this is ruining my thing. Let's do the same thing I was doing before, and that is to attach the debugger to it so I can break it. I don't really want to. Wow, so much stuff in the Chrome. Where's my stuff at? Oh, it's all the way down here? Hey, well, what happened to my stuff? Oh, there it is. Why is it all the way down here? Attach that to there, and then go to debug, break all, and then terminate all. And that should bring my Godot back. I don't want to open it up again. And then we try again. Well, look into that fix. That'll be the first thing I'm gonna be working on. But I just wanted to show you guys how it looks right now. I mean, if it does it again, I guess we can just fix it now. There we go. So we got the, we got the hog, we got the squirrel on top. There's another hog right behind here. And then if I go to the next section, it doesn't respawn again like it did before. So that's great, I guess. One thing I did not check before is to see if it's spawning in other areas. Yeah, I don't see any enemies spawn in the other areas though. Oh no, we have a squirrel over here. See that little squirrel? Alright on my hand right here. There's a little squirrely over here. Oh yeah, there's a hog on top. I think this is a hog too. Yeah, okay, so it is working fine. Great. Alright, so let's fix the bug with just lagging my game right now. Or freezing my game, I should say. Yeah, what happened to my Godot? Let's go. Alright, so let's figure that out, shall we? Let's go to the wildlife NPCs. get random stuff here. Alright, so one thing I want to fix is the visible nodes. That's one thing I mentioned last time. I only want to do that once. So let's go into my game manager. We can do that. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, no, should be fine. Should be fine. I think for right now, let's do it in the game manager and then we can make it to a different class. I want to make sure it actually works first before, and it's not even opened up yet. Okay. Let's call like, we can say visible nodes in group, and this can be like game manager dot. You can say get trees or whatever, or oh, let's make it work first and then we can fix it. Because right now, like, what happens if this node that I'm getting random in group is not, I don't want to get trees all the time. I want to be able to get that group by the group name, right? So we'll figure something out. Hold on. So let's go in here. No, I want to go to the actual class. That's why I wanna. That's the only thing I don't like of Godot. I'm trying to search for my scripts right now. Or maybe a different name. There we go. Game manager. All right. What we can do is let's do a var. Say get current. Let's do the fix now. Get current nodes in group, and it's gonna be a dictionary where it's gonna have the first one. It's a capital S, I think, the string, and it's gonna have an array of all those nodes. And in here we're saying get nodes in group, and in here when I say only visible, because maybe sometimes I don't really care about it, and I say a boolean and set it to false, I guess. And then we have this thing here, which we're trying to fix right now. Oh yeah, we also need the group name. We have the group name. I don't remember if this is capital or not, but we'll do that. And in here, just say if not group has the group name, then we'll create it. Group name, leave an empty array, and then here it's gonna be just the group name. And it's not agent, so it's gonna be just tree. And it's gonna be in group name. We want to get, and then do the bottom, but only do the bottom one if I want to check for only visible. So we push this forward, copy this, do that, and then we'll filter it. Why is this not liking? Oh, actually, you know what am I doing? It should be no, because it's filtering it out, right? And it should be here then. That needs to be that. There we go. Do a dot filter and only do the visible ones and then return it. And it returns this bad boy. Oh, great. And this name is super long already. Yeah, so let's return that instead. And then we can actually call this. Oh, I called it a void, right? Should be an array. Put the nodes in group. Save that. Go back to random. And it's gonna be get nodes in group. The group and true. And its name, oh, it has no name on it. No, then it should be global game manager, or do I even have it here? Hold on. Excuse me. Globals. Eden game manager. That's what it's called. All right. There we go. So then I don't need to do anything else inside. It's like for that function. Everybody retrieves that. Cool. So that's one thing I would like to fix. The next thing is fixing this while loop in here. So instead of doing this while loop, since this is ticking, I think I'll just let the ticks do it for me. And that way I can avoid doing this while loop. I'm okay if the NPC stays there for a little while until it tries to figure it out. So let's see. Let's remove this thing here. I don't need this break counter anymore. And it says if it should be approachable, it gets the agents and then checks to see if this is not valid. I'm gonna do an if instead. If not valid, then it goes like here. I'm gonna return a failure anyway, and it will check the next time it comes in this tick. Why do I have an extra? Or if it's not valid, the node that I got from the random visible. If one of the trees is not valid because it returned null or whatever, we're going to find anything, then it returns a failure. Actually, do you even care? No, I don't really care. Just get that new node, return a failure, so that the next time it comes back around, I'll get it. I mean, oh wait, hold on. I should probably keep that a reference then. I don't really care about you right now. And well, in that case, just say if it should be approachable, gets the agent as a note to D. Check to see if that is point is valid. If it's not, then it just returns false. So the next time it comes back in here, it gets a random new node. If that instance is not valid, returns failure. Otherwise, if it's valid, it checks to see if it's approachable and does this to check to see if that point is valid. And if it keeps fading, it keeps checking every tick. Otherwise, if it found one, then it returns success. Okay, so that's what this node should do. What is so to get random node in group? If I go back to Limbo AI, if this is false, if this ever returns a failure, it should break from there. And theoretically, since this is a selector, it should go to this next one, right? So I have it so that if it couldn't find a tree, I have it move away a certain distance, wait there for a second, and then when it comes back again to redo this tree again, it will then try to do that. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Let's see if this halts it anyway. Let's save that. Save this script. I think that's way better than doing a while looping here. And forcing it, trying to find something. But let's see how that does. Let's look at my test scene first and see if it actually works there. So let's run my test scene. Alright, it's moving. Alright, it's going for a tree. He got his little twig and is coming back home. Alright. Cool. Alright, let's run it in the main world. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-bum. Alright. Alright, so there was no lag in there actually, which is great. Let's reload the level. But sometimes it works and sometimes it didn't work before, so let's double check. We'll do it 3 times and see if it actually succeeded or not. Load the game. Test. Nope, I did not do it. I'd love to know where it's actually hanged up right now. Yeah, once I do this, it's completely gone. So, what else could I have done that? Is there a way to determine it right now? Like the editor just freezes up right now, so I have no idea where it's actually freezed up at. Fun. You know, let's disable the squirrels for right now. Let's see if those are the culprit right now. So, but let's I don't know why there's so many good chromes opened. So many stuff in there, that's crazy. You know one thing I can do? I'm not using the other one. Oh, let's close this. I don't need all of you right now. Alright, so we remove some of them. Okay. It's crazy. Anyway. Let's go in here. Attach it. Do a break all. There's nothing in here that I can do, right? It's just references to stuff. Alright, whatever. So let's disable the squirrels. Let's go in here. I was just testing when it came to this. That was just test. Any other errors? Okay, what was that doing though? I think I was using them for testing. It resets the character. Got it. Cool. But let's go into the chunk world and let's disable the squirrels. No, let's do more hogs then. Or the slime. Well, let's do hog. Whatever. I'll have lots of hogs right now. Build dev, please. It's gone. Building targets complete. But it didn't reload my editor, so what happened there? There we go. There we go. All right. Let's run it, shall we? Testing, respawn on hogs, renders, was reloaded. Loaded, test. Do it 3 times just to double check that it actually was the squirrels. Alright, this is the 3rd time. Is it the 3rd time? Yeah, right? Cool. Alright, so the squirrels is doing this whatever thing that they're doing right now. Let's look at the code one last time. This random. Alright, so now they're all just getting the same one, right? The same array. Well, actually, you know what? Let's go in here. Hold on. Else. Actually, you know what? I should probably not be doing this every single time. Oh my. I need to make that thing shorter. Hold on, let's make it a little bit bigger for right now. Let's move it forward. So it only does it when it doesn't have anything in it. And then we set it to that. Actually, you know, we probably don't even need that. So if it doesn't have a group name, we set it. And only if it's only visible, then we'll return the visible ones. But we'll only do it one time. Right now I was doing it every single time it called this. So that was a mistake from me. That's one problem. Let's go back to Limbo AI. Let's go into that script here. So it should only be doing that logic once, right? Then it comes to here, does a ticket random visible node, which just grabs a random node from that group, which not that difficult. All right. The next thing is checking the A-star grid to see if that point or where the tree is located is visible or valid, I should say. And the way that logic is working right now is I tried to do an A-star path towards that location if that point is solid, right? So the point that I passed in, I converted to a tile position. If that position is solid, that means it's not walkable. If that position is not solid, so if it's a walkable position, I try to A-star towards it, and if the path returns empty, then if it doesn't return empty, then it returns true, like this point is valid to go to. If not, it goes towards the next conditional statement where I get that position and offset it by -1 on the X, and check the tile, check the neighboring tile, and do the same logic and do it A-star towards it and see if I can walk towards it. And if I do, it returns it. Otherwise, it does another offset of +1, which is on the right side, and does the same logic for on the y-axis. I feel like maybe this is the problem here. The problem might lie here. All I do here is just check to see Retreat path from that position. If it has to point. Or if that point does not exist in the region, then just return empty array. If that point that I pass in is solid, that means it's not walkable, then I offset it either way already in here and try to retrieve a path. Otherwise, if it is walkable, it just creates a path from that location, returns that path. I need to know if this is an expensive operation here. I think it should be, but okay. Yeah, so one thing I don't like is doing all of this. I gotta think about a better solution of trying to find to see if that point is solid and or any of its neighboring cells are walkable, or that the squirrel or any other NPCs can walk to that target position and not being blocked by anything. Yeah, so the culprit will be this function here. Trying to figure it out. Alright, so let's save this real quick. So, save. And an eating game manager, save that too. I don't know if I saved it. There we go. Let's bring back the squirrels and see if I might, for me doing that would have fixed it, but I don't think so. But let's test it out anyway. Otherwise, I need to figure out a better solution for that. It's up to date. Not up to date. Oh, there we go. Compiling. Got it. Okay. Alright, there we go. And let's run it. Let's see if it does it. I'm pretty sure it will, but just double checking. What will be the best solution for that? Yeah, I did it right away. Alright. Alright. Got it. You know what? You can close the program, please. Close it, por favor. I didn't even have to do anything this time. What if I... Hold on. What if I do it every so often, so maybe it doesn't do it all the time, or every frame it only does it a couple times? Let's do... How much do logic? Let's put a boolean for that. And it's like a fall. Oh no, it's not boolean, it should be a float. What am I doing? Alright, so we set it 0. We'll subtract from delta. And then just check to see if time to logic is greater than 0. And just return failure. Alright, so we wait for that timer. Otherwise, if it comes in here, we just do a random range. Let's do like just a random so everybody does different timers. I will check for this every, let's see, 1 second to 1 second to 5 seconds. All right, so let's try this. So it's not doing that all the time. I shouldn't fix it though, just like a little patch. If it does work, just gotta find a better solution for the other part, but who knows. All right, so that's one thing. Let's refresh, restart it. Load into the game, test. Damn, that did not work. All right. I forgot what can I do with that? All right, so it's not gonna give me the option, that little font window like last time. So let's break it ourselves, shall we? Debug. What can be a solution for that? Break all, terminate all. Squirrels. What can be a solution for that? So if that didn't do it correctly, almost in here, returns to failure, otherwise returns success. Is it possible that the A-star can get stuck at any point? Why am I multiplying it by 16? Do I recall why I'm doing that? Because there's a tile position, right? So I can just do -1. It should do it just fine. Why do I need to do a times 16 on it? Why am I doing a times 16 on it? Oh, you know what? I think I do, because in here, this is a target position. I'm doing the local map to it. That's why I'm doing that times 16 on it. Okay, that's why. All right, that's fine. Just double checking why I was doing it. I'm not doing any while loops in here. All this is doing is at that point is solid, which it is for the when it comes to the first time. It offsets it by determining by solid comes offsetting by the agent's position and the target, and offsets it in that direction. That's well, actually no. How many squirrels am I spawning? If we go to pool manager, open this and find all the squirrels. I'm spawning 10 squirrels here, plus an additional 1, 2, 3, 4. So 14 squirrels. It's actually making this freeze up at a certain point. And one thing we can do, let's go back to where all this stuff is happening, and let's just do it so that it only does it twice. So the original and then the right side. And let's see if this is the part where it's causing it, because it's doing it too much A-star pathing on it. Something, I think. I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm trying to figure out that issue there. Find out. That's one. We have a scroll right there. So let's restart it again. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's load back in. Okay, so load it in again. Third time's a charm. Load game. Let's do a test. Okay, froze up this time. Jeez. And this time they tell me to close the program. Okay. So it still did it. That's crazy. I'm wondering. That is crazy. Do another thing here. What's this? I have to just delete it. Let's try to get that and get a random position. You know what? Let's get the node on me, so he goes towards me instead. Get first in group. Set it at target, but let's put it at top here. Come on. And let's search for player. I don't remember if it's capitalized or not. Let's check. Node. I'm talking about this, not the... There we go. The player's name in there. I know player. Okay, it's capitalized. Got it. Got it. It's capitalized player. All right, player. Capitalized. So it goes towards me instead, and it's just everybody's can do a start pathing towards me. I mean, some are pretty far away, so that might be an issue. So, but let's see. Let's try that instead of doing the other logic. Hey, Bao, welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome. All right, so that worked. So they're all gonna go towards me. All the squirrels, except for some that probably stuck over there. Some stuck over here. Should be able to go up here. I see a squirrel coming this way. They're all coming towards me. Goes towards me. Picks up his twig. There's just one squirrel stuck over there. It's not moving at all. Or the pond, or whatever reasons it wants to go towards the pond, because I saw this squirrel on top moving and it stopped the moment they hit this pond over here. So I need to make sure the pond is part of that not walkable part. All right, so look, all those squirrels coming towards me. Cool. All right, so let's try it again. Do it 2 more times and just double checking to see if the logic that I had before is the issue, or if it's something else. Okay, so it worked the second time. All right, third time's a charm. All right, so it did work. Trying to figure out what would be the best solution for this. All right, so we have this testing over here. Let's test something out real quick. Let's do some checks real quick. Where is my trees at? Alright. Let's go with these trees over here. Put one, let's move it up top. Let's do -16. I'll keep doing that, -16. We can do -64. Let's go a little bit higher. And one more -64. I want to test something real quick. So if I make trees, let's say this was on the X, because the tile size 16, right? So do that. As long as the trees are not like that, but they're separated by 32s, which they should be, because what I do in the logic right now is I skip, when I spawn a tree, I don't spawn anything around it. So that means that the squirrels can still get in here. Would there ever be a situation where if I spawned a tree, let's do a -16. Oh no, it's plus 16, my bad. All right, let's return it back to normal first. Let's do a plus 16 right here. It's not going to spawn here because, like I said, it's not going to spawn around here. They'll have an extra tile size around them to be walkable, I guess. So I have it down here. But what happens if it's diagonally? Like right in front of it. I think I should still be able to go around here, right? And let's say there was other trees around me. So would every tree that is laid out in the world be reachable? If I go in this state, in this range, I mean. Or even so that I can make that be a little bit better looking. Actually, what's the position? Copy value. Sorry, I'm deleting the wrong one. Copy value, and let's delete that one, please. And let's bring one of the tree trunks in here, like this one, so you can see a little bit better. And paste that on top. So here. So the squirrels can still walk in there because there's still a tile behind it right now that they can walk towards too. I just want to just double checking to see if there's no tree that will block another path that will block a path towards a certain tree. If this was the state of one of them. So the next tree next to this one will be here. Yeah, I think it should be walkable regardless of wherever it is at. Would there ever be a tree here though? I'm gonna have to check the logic and make sure it doesn't do it diagonally either. Okay. Sorry, I needed to see that visually. Let's delete this then. Delete that. Delete this one. And I think it's this one here. And this one. Alright. So in that case, if I go back to my logic in here that I had before, or I was getting a random group one instead. Let's delete the first one. Let's make a tree. And it should be approachable like I said before. If I go in here, I don't even know. I mean, I don't even see why I shouldn't even go in here at all. If they're all walkable. I'll disable it for now, actually. If all trees are gonna be walkable, then it should be fine. trying to go and check a path towards it. Only time it will return a failure if there's no trees, or if that tree is not valid for whatever reason. All right, so let's save this, and let's go into the code real quick. My C++, so that's where I'm doing the trees at right now. And let's double check to see, where do I do populate here? Okay, here. I don't need you right now. Let's go and check the trees right now. Where do I do for trees? If it's grass, there we go, tree profile. There we go. So you know what? Let's do the corners as well. This will ensure that. Hold on, let's do this 4 corners, right? So we'll do the top leftmost corner, the top rightmost corner. Let's do bottom. That's +1, -1. All right, so we do top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right. So those corners as well. You're making sure it's not spawning anywhere around them. So let's build this. So by doing that, and now I know that every tree that is in the world can be approachable by a star. Unless it's stuck in an island, but I don't think I will have islands in here. Okay. Cool. I build. Let's double check that everything's in here. So we get that by getting the tree, looking around the position, and then picking up the object, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's start it then. Let's see what's up. Okay, that works. Where's my squirrels at? Okay, that's the squirrel right there. All right, let's retry it again. Load the game. Test. That worked. Third time's the charm. Let's see. Load in, test. All right. 3 times the charm. It worked. Sweet. Now it doesn't freeze again. And it does not freeze. Only thing I would like to keep in mind when doing this though is, let's say it chooses a tree that it cannot reach to because it's, of whatever reason, like I mentioned earlier, it's in an island or it's surrounded by water or whatever reason, it won't be able to go towards it. So maybe I will check this at least once and see if it can go towards it. But that's one thing to think about later, if there's ever a situation like that. Otherwise, I think we should be golden. And I would like to jump into the next part for the time being. Let's see. So right now, how I'm handling the enemies. If we go back towards that area, hold on. Let's close this for right now. Oh no, not close this. The other for loop here. So here's where enemies respawn. Right now, I'm just passing in the scene, and I think it'll be great if I can actually not do this in here, but create something in the chunk profile for the NPCs. Let's look into, let's see what this does right now. Chunk profile for NPCs. Oh, this is a test scene. Let's go to the actual world. So right now I have this chunk profile as a noise. The problem is that they all have one, so that means I'm gonna have to inherit from this chunk profile. So it has its own chunk profile too that I can add a scene or scenes that I would like to add. Okay, let's do that. Chunk profile. Where is chunk profile? Is his own class? I see. So we got a base profile. We got chunks. We got chunk variation, which has the weights and a vector. Well, I guess it's kind of similar to this, but the only problem is that I don't need coordinates. I need a scene. What about here? Chunk variation profile. I was trying to think if I can just reuse this or create a different class for it. Like I can add one here and ignore the variations for that certain type of profile, but that's kind of useless or wasteful to do. So it's kind of similar to what I want to do. Chunk variation profile, but instead of atlas chords, you want to use an actual scene. And this is in the header file. Okay. Should I just add one here? If I make another class called chunk, it's gonna be similar just besides this. Yeah, you know what, just make it. It's gonna be similar to it, so instead let's rename it to NPC variation. And it will have a weight, but instead of this it will be a packed scene. Right, and it's just gonna be an export bar. It's not gonna be an f ref for it. And I want to name it Hold on. Let's name it MPC prefab. MPC prefab. I think that's what I like to do. Or do I wanted a pointer? I think I do. There we go. Cool. So I have this variation, then it's gonna be similar to this profile thing here. I should probably create a class for this instead of putting it all in here. Let's do NPC here instead. And we'll use the variation one. When it comes in here, do I want noise in here? I guess so. It will dictate what NPCs should spawn in this area, I guess. Let's do that for right now. Okay. We'll get all the variations. We'll get NPC variation here. We'll get the weights and just get NPC prefab, and it should return a pack scene. Otherwise, what should return? Null? Yeah, it's a pointer, right? Pack scene pointer to it. Yes, yeah, multiply it by some noise. Got it. NPC prefab. And here, just returning, getting the weights, gets the total weights, which is what I want. Okay, so I think that should be good to go. Let's go into the header file. I mean the C++ file. I definitely need a class for this. And put a note and say that I need to create a class for it. So NPC variation. Only thing I'm adding here, one is the floats or weights, another one is gonna be a pack scene. I'm assuming it's an object. Has to be an object, right? Hopefully. Hold on, I want to see why that is red right now. Why is this red? Is it because an object or what? Has no member or NPC prefab. What are you talking about, bruh? Oh, I see. There we go. Let's make sure this is correct. Cool. That one's done. And then I think the other one, variation profile. Do I have one for that? Here we go. Alright, so the second one is going to be the variation profile. We'll double check that I have that. So we got this. We'll make sure we're using these instead. There shouldn't be any of that. Okay, so now we have these variations. Separations, chunk variation, no, minus NPC variation now. Do that. I didn't change any of those stuff, so it should be the same. Cool. Alright, the last thing is I need to make sure Godot knows about these two functions, so that I need to go into the register types and add those two in here too. Add another one here, oops. And it'll be NPC variation there and NPC variation profile. Now let's build this bad boy. And all the things we have to do in order for that variable to be exported and shown in the inspector using C++. That's crazy. All right. Let's load it in. Oh, and it crashed because of that. That's okay, I guess. Let's open it up again. Give me a second for me to open this up real quick, guys. Oh. What is the error? There's an error here. And it's great because it doesn't tell me what the error is. Let's debug it then. What is the error here? Variance. Do I have to do a ref? Yeah, it's doing for this NPC variation pack. This method here. NPC and variation pack scene. Does that have to be a Godot ref? Oh no, let's go back. I do a Godot ref for this one, not for that. I might need to do a ref for it actually. Maybe do a ref for that. Instead of a pointer. I think. Let's see, what are you variation profile? Okay, and gets the actual ref pack scene. It is valid, and I wanted to get the pointer instead. Let's get the pointer for right now. Did I get any errors here for that? There's a red thing on top. Oh, I don't need you. Okay. So let's retry that again. Let's build it. I may have to return this as a variant. No, let's do it now. I really like that I'm doing a pointer down there. Let's do a ref there too. Let's do that. All right, well, let's open it up again. Actually, let's put that in the background. Nope, just set it normally. Hopefully it's good. Come on, come on, come on. I don't see any errors this time around. It did open. And let's get my thing on the side. Yeah, it's not good. I'll leave it like that for now. All right, so let's go to level. Let's go in here into my scenes. Well, I haven't even used it at all yet. Hold on. Hold on. So right now it uses this with this texture in here, and I have another one with this texture in here. And if I recall, if I open up my thing here, variation profile of one is the type, and the other one is density. And density tells me if I should spawn something here, and the type should be the one that tells me what kind of types I want to spawn in here, and I'm not using it at all yet. Well, I'm using it here actually. Type noise. It determines if we should be spawning enemies or animals in here. Determine if I should spawn enemies or animals in this section. I'm trying to think right now, guys. Give me a second. What would be the best solution right now? I can leave these as is. I can add NPC variation profile for enemies and add another one for animals, right? Going here, I got this. I can put a noise for this, so it determines which one to spawn, which is just a noise texture 2D. It tells me the variations are here. You can just spawn one. And let's look and find my enemies in here, my scenes for NPCs. And as of right now, I know hog is technically an animal, but it attacks you. For now, let's just put hog. Oh, I can even put hog in here? Oh, I just need to make this, I guess. There we go. And it tells me to wait for that. I got Skelly as well. Okay, hold on. Whoops. I have to add another size. Make an NPC variation profile. Make a Skelly. And let's add one more for the slimes. So now I have these three. So this will tell me for the hog. At least I think I have a bigger chance when it comes to doing slimes. Skellies can be like a 30% And let's put this at 15 for now. So there's a higher chance for it to be a slime. Okay, so that can be for this variation for this profile. And for this other one, we'll do the same thing with this noise. And we'll add some, but so far we only have one animal, so it will always be a squirrel. Right now, just put 100 for right now. All right, so one thing we got to do here for sure is to get this noise to show up something. Make that seamless. Create a noise, fast noise. Let's do a purlin. I'm trying to figure out what kind of stuff. What was I doing with the other one right now? I just copy this one. I was not doing anything here. It's just a regular. Maybe it should have something in it. I don't know. Let's see what this looks like. We'll have that there for that. Do the same thing for the other one. Make that seamless. Great one. Do Berlin. I'll do whatever there. We may come back and tweak these values, but I just want to have something in there for right now. Let's save that. Let's go back into the code. I need to configure the seeds for these. So where do I do all that seed stuff at? Generate, configure noise. Initialize profiles. There we go. I think that's what I want to do. Or NPC profile. Hold on. Let's look into. Oh yeah, I had an NPC profile, so it already does that. Already calling it here. Does it go through and do what I gotta do with this? So it goes through all these base profiles. Wait, this is an array? Oh, it is an array. Got it. Got it. So yeah, so it does it already. Never mind. Yeah, so this is an array NPC profile, which then is all of this stuff, and it sets the seed correctly. Okay, so we're good there already. Let's go back down and let's try and actually let's just disable these for now. All right, so we have enemy spawner. Actually, let's grab those profiles too. It's not a chunk profile. What did I name them? Is it variation profile or is it, yeah, NPC variation profile? Here we go. Alright, variation profile, same thing here. Let's make sure we cast those correctly. We get those things, NPCs. Let's say enemy profiles. And we got animal profile. Could be animals, enemies, profile. There we go. 0, 1, 2, 3. Cool. So when we get this, we then go Get total weights. Or double total weights. And then what we want to do, let's see. This does it for me already. Hold on. Will this do it for me already without doing me calling total weights? Oh yeah, so it does it already. I just need to get the noise. Got it. So I should still be a double. We'll put a noise. I'll get the noise texture. Get noise. Get noise 2D vector or tile pos. Where's the tile position? It's underscore tile position. Please tell me how tile position here. Interesting. Oh, it's point. Never mind. That's gonna be your point. I think it should be fine. And I'm passing this noise here. And returns a ref. Godot ref. Will be a pack scene. A pack scene of enemy prefab. Right, we checked to see if this is valid. It should be valid, but enemy is null, or I just check to see if it's valid. I think it's valid. Should check to see if it's null, right? Yeah, I think so. So I don't think I need to do this first section here. So as long as it's valid, we'll spawn it. And what we do here, instead of grabbing this, I will get a scene path, or what was it called? Not local scene, resource scene or something. Something with path in it. I know I have access to it because I've done it before. I always forget what is the name of it. I thought it was resource. What is the name that I gotta find for you? That's so strange. Instantiate error pack. You get from resource. Maybe it's supposed to be a of type node. Well, I don't need to instantiate. I know I need to get the... I've done it before, so let's do find all references to this. It's not in Godot though. That's not exactly what I was thinking of doing, but let's go in Asian Factory. Maybe I'm doing it there. It's like the pickup object that I created earlier. Hold on, let's look at that. Well, this is trying to find everything right now. But if I go into my Limbo AI, load my wildlife here, the pickup object that I have in here, it does an action, make it smaller, it gets the current action, so I should go into so if it's an actions, let's go to my scripts. I got actions here. We have pickup object, resource path. But what is this? Prefab here. It's a pack scene. But why don't I have access to this resource path for the other one? This is also a pack scene, right? So, I mean, but this is C++ though. Does it just get path? And the only difference is this is in C++, so you can pause it so you don't keep trying to search for that. Yep, it's right there. Get path. And there we go. What is this string? Let's go. The only reason I know it's a path because it stays in here. Get path. So I'm gonna assume that is the right way of doing it. Cool. So now let's we'll do the same thing for the spawner down here. But instead of using enemies profile, we use animals profile instead. Get the point and get animal prefab. And we'll do the same thing down here. And this is just get path. Okay. Well, let's try this out, shall we? Let's build it. Let's build this bad boy. Alright. Cool. So if we go back to level, the chunk profile, we have all the NPC variations for the NPC profile. It has this noise. The enemies have 3 different types of enemies, each with their own type of weights. So I should be seeing more slimes than I do with the rest. Hogs is the less amount of that I should see around. This is not final, it's just for testing right now. Later I'll come back and tweak it and make it be where I want it to be at. Well, let's test it out first. And then for animals, we got the same thing here. So I now only have a squirrel, so that should be fine. Cool. Let's test it out. Let's test out and see how that works, if it works at all. Alright, let's load into the game. On test. Please don't crash. Oh no, I thought I had fixed you. No, he came back. Oh, squirrels. There's a couple of hogs in here already. Oh yeah. I thought I fixed this already. And we haven't seen it for a while. Alright, well, I gotta figure that out. A better solution for those squirrels. Let's load back into the game. And what is all of this stuff on top? Oh, okay. Alright, so the hogs still spawned here. But I should be okay. I got the scally over here. Got a squirrel over here. Squirrels. But yeah, I don't see slimes right now. I see a bunch of hogs though, which should not have been the case. There's a scally over on this side, where my mouse is at on the left side. But everything here, look at all those hogs. Huh. Okay, I gotta figure that out. Something's wrong right there. It should be the other way around. Alright. Well, it's two things that still I need to figure out why it's still kinda freezing up my game when I load it in. It's kinda crazy. I thought I fixed it. And then we have this hog over here trying to all crazy on me right now. Alright, let's see. I have this 3 here. We have a hog that has a weight of 15. Hog that's a weight of 30. I mean, not a hog, scally. And then we have a slime of 50. So it adds all of these up. Let's look at that code real quick before heading out. So NPC by noise, it goes in here. I come back at this noise, multiplies it, loops through all the variations, deducts the weights, and once it reaches less than, that means that the hog, when it deducts the hog's weight on it, it's less than 0 already. So this weight, for a majority of times, is probably really small. So I'll probably have to change and tweak the actual noise, make that look better. Hold on, I think that's the problem that I have right now. So let's tweak the noise that I have here. So instead, I'll just have it at 1. I'll have this really high up. Let's save it and let's run it. Please don't freeze up on me. Okay, the hog's still there. Do I see any slimes though? Nope. No slimes at all. Alright, I'll have to look into that and tweak the noise a little bit. But hey, we got different types of things happening though. We got hogs and scallies right now, which is great. Just have to make the oh yeah, there's a slime down here. I see it right there. If anything, maybe I need to have the slime first. Have like the bigger ones be at the beginning. I think that's one thing I need to do. Possibly. Oh yeah, there's a slime down here. We got at least a couple of different enemies going on, but I need to tweak it a little bit better. But that's about it for today, guys. It's almost time for me to go to work, so I'm about to call it. But thank you guys for being here. I thought I had fixed the freezing on this thing, but it looks like it's still happening. Happened to me once, so I'll have to keep a look into that and maybe find a better solution on the squirrels to find a tree to find a twig, whatever. I don't know what's going on in there right now, so I'll dig in there a little bit deeper and see if I can find it. But yeah, and then we ended up fixing types of enemies that spawn, so it's a little bit of progress, you know, a little bit of progress in here. Cool. Anyways, guys, have a great day, a wonderful night, or a wonderful day, depending on your time, and I'll talk to you guys later. Signing out.